Hello everyone, this is an introduction to ALAR 8020 Research Studio taught by myself, Leena, Assistant Professor in Landscape Architecture, and Matthew Jull, Associate Professor in Architecture. We're also co-directors of Architect Design Group at UVA. The studio will meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12:30 to 5 p.m. and is open to both architecture and landscape architecture students.
This is also a traveling studio, and we will visit Utqiaġvik, Alaska, in the U.S. Arctic sometime in late February or early March, in the middle of winter. The exact traveling date is to be determined and will be confirmed at the start of the spring semester.
The studio is part of a 5-year research project funded by National Science Foundation to study the following 3 interrelated components that will provide both the context and prompt for the studio. Number 1, how buildings and infrastructure interact with the changing surrounding air, ground, and water conditions. 2, how design, analysis, and maintenance of the built environment in Utqiaġvik can benefit from this knowledge on changing natural built interactions. And number 3, how our research team and local residents communicate across disciplines and cultures to co-produce knowledge that is meaningful and actionable.
One of the central methodologies for this research is a deployment of terrestrial and aquatic sensors as well as geophysical surveys and repeat LiDAR scans that have begun to provide a high-resolution live stream of data in spatial and temporal scales. The studio will also work with a group of our research colleagues and local partners that are coming from many different disciplines and sectors. This includes environmental sciences, data science, science, technology, and society at the engineering school, anthropology, as well as design. 2 federal research labs, the Cold Regions Research and Engineering Lab, which is part of the Department of Defense, and Cold Climate Housing Research Center, which is the Department of Energy, as well as several Inupiat organizations from regional government, planning department, tribal housing authority, utilities, co-op, hospital, as well as local businesses and youth organizations. The studio will tap into our current and expanding research network and local partnership as a way to provide resources and feedback on each studio project along the way, but also as a way to cultivate a model of collaborative design research practice that can be generative for design and all partners involved.
Given this background, the studio will be organized in 4 parts. First, the historical and spatial analysis of Utqiaġvik and its immediate surrounding to situate the relationship between design and science, science in the city, and the landscape. And the parsing, visualization, and spatialization of environmental data that are being generated from highly specific field sites, typological building, and infrastructural spaces from the city.
3, the translation of spatialized data analysis to broader design and management issues currently impacting the city or will be impacting the city and the region in future. 4, a manual of design guidelines at the scales of architecture, landscape architecture, and urban design that the city and other local partners can use and benefit from both short-term and longer term. Thank you, and please reach out to us with any questions you may have.